Hello friends, I'm Ram Lakshmanan. I'm the architect of Ycrash. In today's talk, we are going to discuss about shallow heap and retained heap. See, when we do the heap dump analysis or memory dump analysis, an object will contain a shallow size and then a retained size. So in this talk, let's discuss what is the difference in between them. Let's say this is all the objects sitting in our memory, right? Let's say there is this object A. This object A has two children, object B and object C. And object B has two children, which is object D and object E. Similarly, object C also has two children, object F and then object G. What is shallow heap? What is the shallow size of an object? See, the shallow size is basically the amount of memory occupied by that particular object. Let me repeat, it is the amount of memory occupied by that particular object. So let's say if D occupies 10 bytes of memory, that means the shallow heap size of D is 10 bytes. I'm saying as such, it will be 10 bytes. Okay. For our discussion today, we will assume in our memory, all objects in this case occupies the same 10 bytes. Okay. So that it makes our computation easier. So I'm saying all objects in memory, they occupy 10 bytes, but it's just for our conversation. But in real world, the object size varies based on how many member variables it has, what data value it has. It keeps varying. Okay. Okay. So now, what is retained heap means? Retained heap means, say suppose if an object gets removed from memory, how much memory does that object freeze up cumulatively? Let me repeat. Retained heap means if an object gets removed from memory, cumulatively how much memory gets freed up. Okay, it will be very clear with this example. So let's say there is this object B. Let's say if this object B is removed from memory, how much memory does it get freed up? So if this object B is removed, this 10 bytes, we are going to free up 10 bytes. But since this object B is removed, there is no more references to object D and object E also. They can also be removed from memory, right? So in this case, object D occupies 10 bytes and object E also occupies 10 bytes. So cumulatively, when B gets removed, this 10 bytes gets freed up plus this 10 bytes plus this 10 bytes. So together 30 bytes gets freed up in your memory. So the retained heap size is 30 bytes. The retained heap size of object B is 30 bytes. So now let's look at object C. What is the retained heap size of object C? It is once again going to be 30 bytes because this object C is 10 bytes. Because if object C gets removed, there is no more going to be reference for object F and object G. They can also be removed from memory. So it is this 10 bytes plus this 10 bytes plus this 10 bytes together. The retained heap size of C is 30 bytes. Okay. So now let's discuss what is going to be the retained heap size of object D. Right? What is going to be the retained heap size of object D? If D gets removed, how much memory is going to be freed up? It is only this D's memory, D's size is going to get freed up because D is not referencing, it doesn't have any children or it doesn't have any direct references. So the D's retained heap size is just 10 bytes because it's not referencing any other objects, and even if they delete, still other objects are going to be still there in memory. So the retained heap size of D is only 10 bytes. So now, then similarly, the retained heap size of E, F and G is all going to be 10 bytes only. Okay. Make sense? Now let's do this. What is going to be the retained heap size of A? What is going to be the retained heap size of A? If A gets removed, this 10 bytes gets freed up. Then if A gets removed, then there's no more reference for object B and C. So then these two also can be removed. If B and C are removed, then there's not going to be any references to D, E, F and G. So everything can be removed from memory. That means the retained heap size of A is 10 bytes plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, which is basically retained heap size of A is nothing but 70 bytes. Okay. So far clear? Okay, so now let's make this example even more interesting. Let's say because of object allocation, let's say a new object X got created in memory, right? X got created, and this X starts to reference object B, right? When X starts to reference object B, and let's keep the X's shallow size to be 10 bytes itself. Okay, so now what is going to be the retained heap size of X? What is going to be the retained heap size of X? So the answer is, you guys think about an answer, but the right answer in this case is 10 bytes only. Here is the reason. It may be surprising to some friends. The reason why this is only 10 bytes is because, let's say, assume if X gets removed from memory, X gets garbage collected from memory, then can B be removed from memory? No, B cannot be removed from memory because A is still referencing B. So if B gets deleted, if X gets garbage collected, X gets removed from the memory, only the X goes away. B cannot be garbage collected because A is still referencing B. So the retained heap size of X is only 10 bytes. But friends, one very interesting thing happens right now. Because of virtue of X is now starting to reference B, what will be the retained heap size of A? Will it have any impact? Because now X is now starting to reference B. Because of that, will there be any impact on the retained heap size of A? Answer is yes, there will be impact. The retained heap size of A from 70 bytes, it will degenerate. It will get reduced to 40 bytes. Why is that? Why, by virtue of X referencing B, why the A's retained size has to go down? Okay, here is the reason. So friends, as we told, the retained heap size means if an object gets removed from memory, it basically tells accumulatively how much memory gets freed up, right? That's what it means. So because say now X is starting to reference B, even if now let's say if A goes down, if A gets removed, still B is going to be here because X is referencing that, right? So if A goes down, if A gets removed from memory, basically you can remove this A's 10 bytes, the C, F and G. Only these objects can be freed up. So, and these object sizes 10 bytes plus 10 is 20 bytes plus 10 is 30 bytes plus 10 is 40 bytes. So that's why the A's retained heap size becomes 40 bytes. Okay. So I hope it makes sense. Okay. If not, you're welcome to leave comments. We will answer to that. Okay, friends, thank you very much for listening to this talk.